Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to automate event registration. So I run workshops and events and want my attendees to register automatically via WhatsApp. So for that I am going to build a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow, which is going to reduce my manual workload by providing automation. So firstly in this video we are going to create a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow. Now if a user will send a message, an automatic reply will be sent to them. So if you also want to build this automation, then let me take you towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video we are going to learn how to automate event registration, and we are going to do this by creating a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow. So right before you on my screen you can see this is the flow I have created for creating a chatbot. And not only this, we are going to save the responses provided by customers into our Google Sheet. So now let's start creating this chatbot, but before that I am going to show you the real working demo of this chatbot. So for that let's move on to my WhatsApp with me. So here you can see I have already opened my WhatsApp, and now I am going to send a message to the number which I have already connected to my Pabbly Chatflow account. And here this number is saved as my test number. So now let's enter a message over here. So here I am going to enter a message that is I want to register myself for event. Now let's enter this message over here. And here as I've entered the message I am getting a message which consists of the list with a message which says, hi, here are the upcoming events you can register for. Now let's open this list and see the events, and here you can see we are getting the events with their dates. So now let's select our first event over here, that is workshop A. So here as I have selected my first item, that is workshop A, I am getting a message which is asking me to enter my full name. So now let's enter our full name over here. So here I am going to enter my name, and after entering my name I am getting a message which is asking me to enter my email. So now let's enter our email address over here. So here I am going to enter my email address as demouser@pabblytudes.com, and as I have entered my email address I am getting a message which is asking me to enter my contact number. So now let's enter our contact number over here. Now let's say I am going to enter this contact number, and after entering my contact number I am getting a message which is asking me to select the event. So here I have entered my event, that is workshop A, and after entering my event I am getting a message which says you are successfully registered for workshop A, check your email for details. And here you can see we are getting the same event which we have recently provided, means we are getting a personalized message. So this is the way a chatbot works. Now let's move on to my Google Sheet to check whether the data is saved over there or not. So for that let's move on to my Google Sheet, and here you can see I have created this Google Sheet name as event registration, and on this event registration Google Sheet you can see I am getting the fields, that is full name, email, contact number and event, and I am getting the same details which I have recently entered over my chatbot, that is full name as demo user, email is demouser@pabblytudes.com, contact number, and the event, that is workshop A. So here you can see our chatbot is working properly and saving our responses. So you can also create a chatbot like this by just using Pabbly Chatflow. Now for accessing the Pabbly Chatflow you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/chatflow, and once you will enter the URL you will be getting the landing page of Pabbly, and here you can see we are getting two options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user you can simply click over this sign in. But before moving on forward I am going to tell you about Pabbly community. So here you can see this is the page of Pabbly community where automation users, marketers and business owners gathers to share their ideas, ask questions and get relevant updates regarding using the Pabbly applications. So you can also join Pabbly community now and grow your business with us. And if you wish to join the Pabbly community you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to the Pabbly Chatflow again, and here I am going to simply click over this sign in as I already have an account on Pabbly Chatflow. And as you will finish your sign up you will be getting this all Pabbly apps page, and here you can see these are the products provided by Pabbly. And as we are going to create a chatbot we just have to access this Pabbly Chatflow app by clicking on this access now button, and as you will click on access now you will be getting the dashboard page of Pabbly Chatflow. And on this dashboard page, you can see these are the numbers I have connected to my account. You can also add your WhatsApp number by just clicking on this add WhatsApp number button, and here you can see we are getting two options, that is WhatsApp connect and manual token connect. So if you want to integrate your WhatsApp number, you can simply click over this WhatsApp connect, and if you want to connect with token number, you can simply click over this manual token connect. Now if you wish to learn more about this adding WhatsApp number, you can find video link in the description given below. Now moving on to the sidebar, you can see these are the features provided by Pabbly, and if you wish to learn more about these features, you can find video link in the description given below. And if you wish to create your own folder, you can simply click over this create a new folder button and create your own folder. Now as we are going to create a chatbot, we just have to create flows for that. So for that, you can see we are getting the flows option on the sidebar, so just click over here, and as you will click on flows, you will be landed to the flow builder page, and here you can see these are the flows I have created in my account. And now I am going to show you how you can create your own flow. For that, you simply have to click over this add flow button and you will be landed to your flow page. And here on this flow page, you can see we are getting the option for entering the flow name. So now let's provide a name to our flow here. Here I am providing it the name automate event registration. Now moving on further, we are getting the option for trigger. So now you might be wondering what is this trigger. So trigger is basically the word which is going to initiate your chatbot, and on this trigger we are getting the option for trigger event, and on the trigger events we are getting many options such as keyword regex match, user start conversation, template selected, WhatsApp template delivered, contact added to contact list, custom field updated, and tag assigned. And here I am going to keep it as the same, that is keyword regex match. Now you might be thinking what is this keyword and regex. So keywords are the words that are going to initiate your chatbot. So for that, you just have to make this text, that is event registration, as your keyword. So for that, you just have to type this word and press enter key, and here our one keyword is ready. Now as soon as someone will type this text, that is event registration, our chatbot will be initiated. Now moving on further, we are getting the option for regex. So regex is basically the short form for the regular expressions. These are used for the specific user input. And if you want to trigger any message, you can enter regex like this. Now, if someone sends me message, I want to send them a list of the events they can register for. So for that, you just have to drag and drop. And here you can see we are getting the option for list. So just select it and you will be getting a list message. And on this list message, it is asking me to enter header, body, and footer for the list. So now let's provide a body to our list here. So here you can see I have entered the body for my list, that is hi, here are the upcoming events you can register for, and I have entered this sentence between these asterisk signs to make it bold. Now I am going to add some items to my list. So for that, you simply have to click over this add section and you will be getting a dialog box where you have to enter the section title. So now I am going to enter my section title as events. So here I have entered my section title. Now I am going to add some items to my list. So for that, you simply have to click over this add items and you will be getting a dialog box where you have to enter the title of your first item. So here I am going to enter the name of the event in this title, and afterwards I am going to enter the date of the event on the description box. So now I am going to create my first item over here. So here I have entered the title of my first item. Now I am going to add the date of this event in the description box. So now let's enter the date over here. So here I am done with my first item. Now I am going to add some more items likewise. So just click on add items and enter the title and the description of your another items. So here you can see I have added two more items to my list, that is seminar B with its date and webinar C with its date. Now if someone select the event from this list, then I want to ask some questions from them. So for that, you simply have to go to actions, and here you can see we are getting the option for ask question. So just select it and you will be getting a question action, and here you can enter the question which you want to ask from your customers or the clients. And now here I am going to connect all these three items with this question note, as I want to collect my client details for all these events. So now let's connect all these items with this question note. And here I am going to enter a question asking for the full name. So now let's enter our question over here. So here I have entered a question asking for the full name. Now moving on further, we are getting the option for selecting the contact custom fields. So here you can see these are the contact custom fields I have created. You can also create your own contact custom fields. For that, you simply have to go to settings, and here you can see we are getting the option for contact custom fields. So select it and create your own fields. Now I am going to select my contact custom field as full name over here, and the format I am going to select is any. Now if the user answers this question, again I am going to ask them another question regarding their email. So again you have to click on ask question over here. So here I have entered a question asking for the email, and the contact custom field I have selected is email. Now I am going to select the format as email over here. Now as you will select the format as email, you will be getting the option for entering the number. So here it is asking you to enter the number of attempts you want to provide to your customer, and you can enter the validation message also. Now as soon as someone will answer my this question, again I am going to ask them another question regarding their contact number. So again you have to click on ask question. So here I have entered my third question, that is for asking the contact number, and the contact custom field I have selected here is contact number, and the format I have selected is any. Now again I am going to ask another question from my clients regarding the event. So again you have to click on ask question and get the question action. So here you can see I have entered my another question asking for the event, and the contact custom field I have selected is event, and the format I have selected is any. Now if my user answers all these questions, I want to save these data over my Google Sheet. So for that we just have to use Pabbly Connect. Now for connecting this Pabbly Chatflow and Pabbly Connect, we are going to use this API request action. So let's select it, and you will be getting a API request action over here, and on this API request action it is asking me to paste the webhook URL. So for getting the webhook URL, we just have to use Pabbly Connect. Now for getting the webhook URL, we just have to go to all Pabbly apps page, which I have already told you about, and on this page you can see we are getting the option for Pabbly Connect. So here we are going to use this Pabbly Connect for accessing the Google Sheet, and Pabbly Chatflow for saving our data over the Google Sheet. Now for accessing this Pabbly Connect, we just have to click over this access now, and we will be landed to the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect. And here you can see this is the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect, and here you can see these are the folders I have created, and if you wish to create your own folder, you can simply click over this create a new folder button. And now I am going to create a workflow which can integrate Pabbly Chatflow and Google Sheet. So for that you simply have to click over this create workflow button, and you will be getting an option for selecting the workflow builder. So here you can see we are getting this newly launched workflow builder beta, which is modern, faster and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is classic, which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I am going to use this newly launched workflow builder beta. So for that you simply have to click over the select button, and you will be getting a dialog box where you have to provide a name to your workflow. So here I am going to provide it the same name which I have provided to my Chatflow. So here I am providing it the name automate event registration. Now from here you can select the folder which you want to choose. So I am going to select my folder as Pabbly Chatflow. Now we simply have to click over this create button, and here you can see we are getting this pop-up which says workflow created successfully, and we are successfully landed to a workflow page. And on this page it is asking me to add the trigger. So now you might be thinking, what is this trigger? So trigger is basically the action which is going to initiate our workflow. So I want to initiate my workflow as soon as I receive a new message over the Pabbly Chatflow. So we just have to click over this add trigger button, and you will be getting a trigger setup page. And here we have to choose our trigger app. So here I am going to select my trigger app as Pabbly Chatflow. So for that you simply have to select this Pabbly Chatflow over here, and afterwards we are getting the option for app event. So I am going to select my app event as new message received, and afterwards we simply have to click over this connect button, and here you can see we are getting the webhook URL. So this is the webhook URL which we have to paste over the Pabbly Chatflow on the API request. So let's copy this webhook URL, and now let's move on to a Pabbly Chatflow again. And on this API request, we just have to paste this webhook URL. So here we are landed to this API request section, and here it is asking me to select the method. So here I am going to select my method as post, as I want to post my user's response over the Google Sheet. Now we just have to paste the webhook URL which we have recently received from the Pabbly Connect. So here I have pasted my webhook URL. Now on the parameter section, it is asking me to enter the key and select the contact custom field. So here I am going to create my first key as full name. So now let's type full name over here, and afterwards I am going to select my contact custom field as full name over here. So here I have selected my contact custom field also. Now I am going to add field that is email. So now let's type email over here. So here I have created my key that is email. Now I am going to select the contact custom field as email over here. So here we are done with our contact custom field. Now I am going to add more field that is contact number. So here I have added my next key, that is contact number, and afterwards I am going to select my contact custom field as contact number over here. So here we are done with our contact custom field. Now I am going to add one more field, that is event. So now let's type event over here, and here we are done with our key. Now we just have to select the contact custom field as event over here. So here we are done with our keys and the contact custom fields. Now we simply have to click over this test button for sending the response to our Pabbly Connect. So now let's click over this test button, and now let's move on to a Pabbly Connect to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here you can see we are successfully receiving the response, that is response A, with the keys and the fields which we have recently added to the API request section. So here we are done with our trigger setup. Now we just have to set up our action app. So you just have to click over this add new action step, and you will be getting the action setup page. And here we just have to select our action app. So I am going to select my action app as Google Sheet, as I want to save my responses over there. So here you can see we are getting the option for Google Sheet. So let's select it, and afterwards it is asking me to select the app event. So here I am going to select my app event as add new row. Now we simply have to click over this connect button for building the connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheet. Now we are landed to the Google Sheet connection page, and here we are getting two options, that is add new connection and select existing connection. So here if you want to build a new connection, you can simply click over this add new connection button, and you just have to sign up your Google account. But here I already have an existing connection, so I will be using this, that is select existing connection, and here my connection has been already chosen. Now we simply have to click over the save button for saving this connection. And here as I have saved my connection, I am getting some of the fields, and we are getting the first field, that is select the spreadsheet. So here my spreadsheet has been already selected as event registration, and this is the Google Sheet which I have recently created for saving my responses. So here you can see this is the Google Sheet I have created, which contains 4 fields, that is full name, email, contact number and event. So here we are already getting the spreadsheet, that is event registration, and afterwards we are getting our sheet, that is sheet 1, and here we are getting some of the fields on which I am going to perform mapping. So now you might be thinking, what is this mapping? So mapping basically makes the field dynamic, means you don't have to enter your data again and again. The responses will be replaced as the new responses will be arrived. So here I am going to perform the mapping from the response which I have received from the Pabbly Chatflow regarding the keys and the contact custom field. So now let's select full name over here, and here I am going to select my Pabbly Chatflow, as I am going to perform the mapping from the response of this Pabbly Chatflow. So here we are getting the option for full name. So now let's select it, and afterwards I am going to map my email address also. So here I am going to map it, and afterwards we are getting the option for mapping the contact number. So now let's map it also, and afterwards we are getting the option for event. So now let's map the event also. So here we are done with the mapping. Now we simply have to click over the save and send test request, and here you can see we are successfully receiving the response, which means we have successfully built the connection. So here on my Google Sheet you can see we are successfully receiving the contact custom fields which we have selected over the API request. So now let's move on to a Pabbly Chatflow again, and here we just have to click over the save button for saving our responses. So as we are done with our connection, now I am going to add the status fallback. So now you might be thinking, what is the status fallback? So status fallback is the final message which we are going to send to our client. So for that you just have to drag and drop, and here you can see we are getting the option for text button. So by selecting text button message, you will be getting a dialog box where you can enter the message which you want to send to your customer. So here I am going to enter a confirmation message from my customer. So here I have entered a confirmation message from my customer which says you are successfully registered for $event. So here you might be thinking, what is this $event? So $event is the contact custom field which we have selected over this question where we are asking for the event. Now as soon as my user will provide the response of this question, response will be replaced in this confirmation message, and we will be able to send personalized message to our customers. So here we are done with our flow. Now we simply have to save this flow. Now for saving this flow, you simply have to click over the save button, and here you can see we are getting this pop-up which says flow updated successfully, means we have successfully saved our flow. Now I am going to show you how we are receiving message from our customer and how we are sending them the automated replies. For that you simply have to go to inbox given on the sidebar, and as you will click on inbox, you will be landed to the inbox page, and here you can see these are the numbers I have connected to my account. So on this particular number you can see I'm successfully receiving the response from my clients, and our automated replies are successfully sent or delivered to them. And one point has to be noticed that this is following the path which we have created through our flow. Means if a user sends us a message, we are going to send them a welcome message or this list message. And afterwards, if my user selects the item from this list, we are going to send a question asking for the full name. So here you can see this is the way a chatbot works. So you can also create a chatbot like this for your business by just using Pabbly Chatflow, and can integrate different applications or save your data by using Pabbly Connect. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating many more amazing automations like this. Thank you for watching this video. So you can create many more chatbots like this by using Pabbly Chatflow. Now if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can write it on forums.pabbly.com. But if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Chatflow for free now.